I'm Kaylin. And I'm Kaylin. And thank you for tuning in on One Woman News, where we give you the latest news of the workday. Today we will be updating you on the number of people of our working age who are without work, or in other words, unemployment is the topic of today. So let's check in with Kaylin with Frontline Reporting.
Thanks, Kaylin. Today we will be looking at different types of unemployment that may occur. Here we have Robert Geller, who is experiencing structural unemployment. Explain your situation. Well, you see, I used to make a solid $3 an hour here at the local Mickey D's, and making burgers helped me provide for my family of 3 up until the burger machine. Explain your situation with the burger machine. Now I'd be glad to. See, I was making burgers by hand until the burger machine, and it could make burgers faster than I ever could. See, and because of this, they decided to fire me, my pal Carl, and a couple other of my friends. What a tragic story. See, Robert here is experiencing structural unemployment, and this occurs when technological change is the cause of unemployment. Now let's check in with Robert Feller, who is experiencing seasonal unemployment. Well, I was working this last November through December at the Grand Traverse Mall as Santa Claus, and since Christmas is over with, they don't need me anymore, and I'm stuck here with this Santa suit without a job. Very sad. Robert Feller here is experiencing seasonal unemployment, and this occurs when a job is only available for part of the year, like this here Santa impersonator. Now let's take a look at Robert Yeller, who is experiencing cyclical unemployment. Explain your situation.
Well, I was cutting my job during the labor recession. See, people wanted to stop buying cars, and therefore they didn't need so many people like me. So they decided to get rid of me, and now I can't provide for my family or even work at McDonald's because of those dang burger machines.
Wow, such a tragic situation. See, Robert Yeller here is experiencing cyclical unemployment, which is related to the business cycle. Or in other words, this type of unemployment occurs when there is a decreased demand for a certain type of worker, like this here automobile worker. Now, we have one last interviewee named Cameron, who is experiencing frictional unemployment. Now explain your situation.
Well, I was working at Target, was it?
Yes.
And so I just decided, that I just decided I'd just up and quit because I wasn't getting paid very much. So just decided to move back home with the parents.
All right. Well, Cameron here is experiencing frictional unemployment, and this occurs for a variety of reasons, like if someone quits, like Cameron did, or if they change jobs because of schooling, or just change jobs overall. Now let's get back to Kaylin to check out the unemployment rate for the week.
Thanks, Kaylin. Different types of unemployment, am I right? Now let's check in with Kaylin for the weather and unemployment rates. Now let's look at unemployment for the century.
The graph compares the U6 or real rate with the U3 or commonly reported rate. The shaded area in between both lines shows how the two rates differ during the same period. In 2006 to 2008, there was a steady increase in both rates. It suddenly dropped in the years 2008 to 2018 to 7.6% and 3.9%. See, the top line at 7.6% represents the real unemployment rate, which includes part-time employees looking for full-time work and those who haven't looked recently but would like a job. This blue line at 3.9% represents a standard unemployment rate. This includes people who don't have a job but have looked for work in the past month.
I might have gotten a little off topic, but don't worry. It'll probably be cloudy all week. Now let's check in with Mr. Wells, Secretary of the BLS, to explain exactly how this is calculated.
Thanks, Kaylin. Here we have Mr. Wells to talk about how this is exactly calculated. Well, the unemployment rate formula is the unemployed over the civilian labor force. It's also used to calculate the labor force participation rate. Okay, but after calculations, what is a high unemployment rate to have? Well, anything above 6% is way too high, and the government can lower this by creating more jobs. The Federal Reserve may also step in with a monetary policy. And what is a natural rate of unemployment? Well, I'm glad you asked. There should always be a natural rate of unemployment. It should be around 4 to 5%. In fact, here's an article for help with your future calculations. Wow, thank you, Mr. Wells. Now let's check in with Kaylin to discuss full employment. Well, thanks, Kaylin. Full employment can be defined as the level of employment at which there is no cyclical unemployment, and the signs of this can be described as in this chart. Hold on. I'm just being informed that there is breaking news. Let's get back to Kaylin with more information about this topic.
Thank you, Kaylin. But we have breaking news. There's a new economic policy in hope to bring full employment to the U.S. However, many Democrats are extremely angry with Trump and are protesting this new policy. It's crazy, really. Now let's check in with Kaylin at the scene.
Thanks, Kaylin. Here I am with protesters currently protesting Trump's change of policy. The current policy, as explained in this proposal, includes non-budgetary policies, budgetary policies, and spending and investments. Trump wants to completely abolish policies meant for furthering job creation and full employment. This would mean unemployment rates would go higher than ever before, which is not good. This is all the information I have, and I will keep you informed. Now let's check in with Kaylin with the conclusion of this newscast.
Thanks, Kaylin. And thank you for tuning in on One Woman Newscast, where we give you the latest news of the workday.
And thanks for tuning in on One Woman Workcast. It's fine.
Kaylin, go.
Explain your situation.
Why am I a guy? Can't we change? Let me think of what I'm supposed to say.
With a protester protesting the new Trump policy. Stop! The current policy included budgetary policies, new spending and investment.
Now let's check in with Kaylin. No, not Kaylin. Oh.
Full employment policy included budgetary policies, non-budgetary policies. Frick! The Chromebook turned off.